We're aware of your time constraints today because of the Jewish Sabbath, so we're going to go as quick as we can on this. First of all, I want to say thank you to the two previous speakers who both spoke from Etobicoke and did not NIMBY this project. Let's hear it for the good people of Etobicoke, including the folks who have had families there for 100 years and are describing themselves as members of ratepayers organizations. I'm joined today by Nama Blonder, who is one of our volunteers at HousingNowTO. She's a registered planner, she's an architect, and she's also a member of the board for Kehillah, the Jewish Affordable Housing Organization. And we've been using this site, actually, as one of the sites that we tour as a fundraiser for Kehillah, and we're happy to do those kinds of tours for any of the not-for-profit groups in your communities. So it's been 5 years since this Housing Now affordable housing site at Islington Subway was first announced in December of 2018. We've attended all of the meetings. We went to the church basement, to the gymnasiums, so you didn't have to. Some of you weren't even city councillors when the meetings about this site began. We fully support everything that's in the city-initiated zoning bylaw amendment and the plan of subdivision for this site. That's what the site looks like today. We're grateful to the local councillor, to CreateTO, to the Housing Secretariat, to city planning staff for listening to our volunteer submissions over the last 5 years and agreeing to increase the target density on this development from the 1,250 units proposed in December 2018 to now 1,415 units in today's report. That's a 13% increase in unit delivery over those 5 years. Because of the Housing Now program and the 1/3 affordable rental delivery, that adding of 165 units to the building design over the last 5 years generates an additional 55 permanent affordable rental housing apartments for 99 years. The improved massing also provides some viable opportunities to improve the depth of affordability. I know there's folks from ACORN and other organizations here today. We can improve the depth of affordability on these projects if other levels of government show up with the giant novelty checks to pay for the depth of affordability that will be possible within those 471 affordable rental units that are part of the current project before you today. However, since a lot of you weren't here for the last 5 years, you may be asking, why did this take 5 years? And that's a good question. This is what's proposed, and what is highlighted on this map is a particular hydro easement where a road was required to run under the hydro lines. This site has been challenging because of this easement requirement. It was complex, it was multi-jurisdictional, it required a proactive, actionable participation from multiple overlapping agencies of government, including, here's the list, CreateTO, City Planning, Housing Secretariat, Toronto Transit Commission, Toronto Parking Authority, Hydro One, Provincial Ministry of Infrastructure, the Ontario Infrastructure and Lands Corporation, and Infrastructure Ontario, and more lawyers than we should probably be talking about. It has literally taken years. You can ask staff, but it's been like 2-3 years, to my knowledge, to just tentatively acquire this tiny highlighted portion of the hydro corridor lands for a future public road to facilitate the proposed transit-oriented affordable housing development. And today, that deal is still not 100% final. This tiny hydro lands acquisition was a bureaucratic roadblock that long ago needed direct intervention by both the mayor and the premier's offices to avoid the years-long delay that was experienced here. But most of the Housing Now program, there seems to be very little institutional appetite within City Hall to put these kinds of wicked 10 agencies need to get in the room and have their heads knocked together problems on the executive desks. We need to change that model so we can deliver affordable housing at the speed and scale we want on the Housing Now program by 2030. As always, our open data volunteers and civic tech volunteers are happy to answer any questions that the committee or the staff might have on affordable housing. The weather's going to be getting nice. Councillor Perks, we offer some amazing parking lot tours. I know that those opportunities are open to you. Councillor Matlow's been on one, Mayor Chow's been on one, Councillor Morley's been on one. We're happy to do these. This is how you figure out how to make these sites work and how to execute them more quickly. Thank you for your time.